Welcome, history enthusiasts, to a tale of extraordinary courage and heart-wrenching tragedy, the story of Baldwin IV, often known as the Leper King, a monarch whose brief but impactful reign continues to fascinate and inspire. Imagine a young king thrust onto the throne of one of the most volatile kingdoms in the medieval world, the Kingdom of Jerusalem, battling a relentless, disfiguring disease that would eventually claim his life, even as he fought to protect his realm. Born in 1161, son of King Amalric I and Agnes of Courtenay, Baldwin's early life showed immense promise. Educated by the esteemed historian William of Tyre, who quickly recognized the prince's sharp intellect and keen interest in military strategy, a bright, promising heir, learning horsemanship and swordsmanship alongside his studies. However, around the age of 9, while playing with friends, Baldwin noticed a peculiar numbness in his right arm, which soon proved to be the chilling first symptom of leprosy, a devastating diagnosis in the 12th century. Not just a physical ailment, but a social death sentence, often leading to ostracization and a slow, painful decline. Yet even then, a spark of defiance flickered within the young prince. In 1174, at just 13 years old, Baldwin IV ascended to the throne after the sudden death of his father, finding the Kingdom of Jerusalem a precarious entity, a Latin Christian outpost surrounded by powerful Muslim states, notably the emerging power of Saladin, who was unifying Egypt and Syria, and a young, sickly king seemed to be the perfect opportunity for Saladin to strike. The court was rife with factions, some advocating for peace, others for aggressive expansion. But Baldwin, despite his youth and illness, immediately demonstrated a remarkable understanding of statecraft. No puppet king, asserting his authority and navigating the treacherous political landscape with a maturity far beyond his years, facing an immense challenge. A kingdom under siege, a court divided, and a body slowly betraying him. Baldwin understood that military might alone wouldn't secure his kingdom, engaging in shrewd diplomacy, aiming to maintain a delicate balance of power, seeking alliances with the Byzantine Empire and various European powers, constantly appealing for reinforcements and financial aid, even marrying his sister Sibylla to Guy of Lusignan, a move intended to strengthen the realm through a powerful European connection. Though this decision would later prove to be one of his most complex, all while understanding the importance of treaties and truces, often engaging in negotiations with Saladin even as he prepared for battle. These diplomatic efforts highlighting his pragmatism and unwavering commitment to the survival of Jerusalem despite the personal toll. Despite his physical limitations, Baldwin proved to be a remarkably effective military leader, his most famous victory coming in 1177 at the Battle of Montgessar, where a vastly outnumbered Crusader force, led by the 16-year-old Baldwin, decisively defeated Saladin's much larger army, a rout that sent shockwaves through the region and cemented Baldwin's reputation as a formidable opponent, with accounts describing him riding into battle, his arm, though numb, clutching the relic of the true cross, inspiring his troops with his sheer defiance and courage. Leading from the front, a king willing to risk everything for his people. Throughout his reign, he continued to lead campaigns, often against the advice of his physicians, pushing his body to its absolute limits, proving that true strength lay not just in physical might, but in an indomitable will. As the years passed, Baldwin's leprosy progressed relentlessly, his face becoming disfigured, his hands and feet weakening, and he eventually losing his sight, with the physical pain immense, but the mental burden of his deteriorating health and its implications for his kingdom perhaps even greater. He knew he could not produce an heir, and the question of succession became a consuming crisis, initially crowning his nephew, Baldwin V, as co-king, hoping to secure a stable transition. But his efforts were constantly undermined by the feuding factions within his court, particularly the ambitious Guy of Lusignan and his wife Sibylla, with the internal strife, more than any external threat, threatening to tear the kingdom apart, adding immense stress to an already suffering monarch. Baldwin IV's reign, though short, was marked by extraordinary bravery and profound sacrifice, ruling for just 11 years. But in that time, holding the line against Saladin, maintaining the fragile existence of the Kingdom of Jerusalem, and inspiring awe and respect from both his allies and his enemies. His unwavering devotion to his kingdom, even as his body failed him, standing as a testament to his character, facing his illness not with despair, but with a fierce determination to fulfill his royal duties. A monarch who understood the weight of his crown, the fragility of his realm, and the preciousness of every moment he had left. Baldwin IV died in 1185 at the tender age of 24, his death marking the beginning of a rapid decline for the Kingdom of Jerusalem, culminating in its fall just 2 years later at the Battle of Hattin. And while his ultimate goal of securing the kingdom's long-term survival remained elusive, his personal struggle and his valiant efforts carved an unforgettable chapter in history. The Leper King, as he is remembered, was not defined by his disease, but by his extraordinary courage, his strategic acumen, and his unwavering spirit, his legacy continuing to resonate. A powerful narrative of a young man who, despite facing an unimaginable personal challenge, bore the immense burden of his crown with dignity, defiance, and a heroism that truly defied destiny.